Hello good people, it's me Kumonawa, your money manager. Today I am excited to take you through top 5 cheapest companies to buy on the Botswana Stock Exchange. The last time I shared with you this list was when? Year 2023. I am here yet again and I'm sharing with you top 5 cheapest companies to buy as at the first quarter of 2025. I'm putting a date stamp to this because this information is changing. It's not static, it's changing due to many changing dynamics on the stock exchange. So we are going to start with what you don't do when you assess or when you want to know which company is the cheapest, and then we are going to look at what you do. Then I would share with you the top 5 cheapest companies on the stock exchange. Let's get started. This is what you don't do when you look at the companies and when you want to know which company is the cheapest. You are not going to look at price, the share price, in isolation, because when you look at the share price in isolation, you are going to make a mistake and think that the company with the lowest price is the cheapest company to buy and the company with the highest price is the most expensive to buy. But that's not the case in the stock market. We look at things differently, and this is just what I'm about to get into. Rather, this is what you do. When you want to know which company is the cheapest, you are going to look at the stock price relative to the company's earnings. We call this multiples, stock multiples. You look at where the share price is selling, you compare that to the earnings that you are getting from this company. Remember, when you are investing for earnings. You want to get something. So therefore, you look at price relative to earnings. We call this relative valuation, and the most important ratio that we use to do this is the price earning ratio. Yes, sometimes we also use what we call the book value, but today we are going to use the price earning ratio. How do we then calculate this price earning ratio? You just need to know, but you don't have to worry about the calculations because normally the ratios are calculated for you. What you need to know is how you interpret those ratios to make your financial decisions. The price earning ratio, we get it by looking at the current share price of the company. We divide that by the earnings per share of that particular company. Current stock price divided by the earnings per share. That will give you the price earning ratio. I hope this is very clear. How do we then interpret this ratio? The lower the ratio, the better. The lower the ratio, it tells you that you are actually paying less for the earnings that you are getting from the company. Example, if the ratio is 10, what it's telling you is that for every single pula of earnings that you get, you are paying 10 times in terms of the share price of that particular company. The lower the ratio, the better for you. So let's get started with our top 5 cheapest companies to buy on the Botswana Stock Exchange. Leading the pack at number 1 is Lucara. Who exactly is Lucara? This is a company that engages in diamond mining. Where is the company currently trading at? It's trading at 4.45 Tebe. This is as at the 2nd of May 2025. And what is its earnings per share? Its earnings per share is 0.1 with a PE of 2.6. Remember, we said the PE is the indicator of how cheap or expensive the company is. So 2.6 is the lowest PE that we have, and that's Lucara. The second company is FAR Properties. Like the name is saying, FAR Properties engages in rental properties and management. And where is the company trading at? It's trading at 1.80 Tebe with an earnings per share of 0.34 and a PE of 5.3. 5.3, that's the second lowest PE that we have. The third company is BTC, our telecommunication services operator or provider. And where is the company currently trading? It's trading at 1.6 Tebe with an earnings per share of 0.19 and a PE of 5.62, the third lowest PE on our exchange. The fourth company is Investec. It engages in the provision of financial products and services in Africa, UK, and internationally. Where is it currently trading? This is now when it's going to be very funny, get funny, and this is now when we go back to our don't. When you look at the share price of this company, you're going to say, oh, this is high. This must be the most expensive company to buy. But remember, we said you don't look at price in isolation. You look at price multiples. You look at price in relation to the earnings. Where is investor currently trading? Is trading at 105.7 thebe with an earnings per share of 0.7 and a price earning of 6.7. Price earning of 6.7. So you can see for every single pula you are getting in terms of earnings, you are paying 6.7 times to get that. So that's why we say it's cheap, not the 105. We're not concerned about the 105. Lastly, number 5 on our list is the Popular Stand chart, the most conservative bank in the country, but it's here on our top 5. Where is it currently trading? It's currently trading at 8.32 thebe with an earnings per share of 1.17 and a price earning of 7.1. So there you have it, the list of our top 5 cheapest companies to buy on the Botswana Stock Exchange based on the price earning ratio. This is our key indicator. Remember, I have said when you assess stocks, you don't look at just maybe one ratio and then that's it. You also have to look at other risk factors for you to come to a conclusion. And what are those risk factors that you look at? Just to mention a few. First, you look at the earnings, consistency and the quality of earnings. That's number 1. Second, you look at the financial position of the company. Look at the balance sheet. How strong is the balance sheet? Look at the debt on the balance sheet. Is the company relying heavily on the debt? Is it overly geared? And then look at the dividend history of the company. Has it paying dividends consistently, and are those dividends sustainable? Look at maybe a 5 to 10 years track record. Then lastly, look at any concerning recent events that might affect the price of the company positively or negatively. You need to keep yourself in the know. Make sure that you are constantly researching about these companies. But in conclusion, I'm going to say that we cannot all be individual stock pickers. If individual stock picking is not for you, then that's fine. You can turn your money to professionals. You can still invest in stocks through unit trust. You can go and look for funds that purely invest in stocks and invest in that. Now you're relying on the professionals to do all the work while you enjoy the benefits. This is all that I wanted to share with you today. Hope you would find value in this and it will aid you in your stock investment journey. I will see you in another video. Thank you so much for your time.